Let's walk on the wise path.
Have you ever felt like you're living your life on autopilot? Going through the motions day after day without really feeling alive? If so, you're not alone. Many of us struggle to find meaning and purpose in life. But what if there was a way to live in a state of flow where everything just falls into place? Enter Miyamoto Musashi, a 17th century samurai who not only won all 60 of his duels, but also left behind a legacy of wisdom that can help guide us on our path to living a more fulfilling life. In this video, we'll explore 5 key principles from Musashi's teachings that can help us be in flow with our life. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. 1. Accept death and take risks. Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary 17th century samurai, firmly believed that accepting the inevitability of death is the key to living a meaningful life. He believed that when we accept that our time on this earth is limited, we become more aware of the preciousness of every moment and are more likely to take risks and pursue our dream. Musashi himself was a prime example of this belief. He risked his life in every duel he fought, but he never let the fear of death hold him back. Instead, he embraced the reality of death and used it as a motivator to live his life to the fullest. By accepting the inevitability of death, we can start to live in the present moment and enjoy life to the fullest. We can stop worrying about the future and start taking risks that will help us achieve our goals. It's only by accepting the limitations of life that we can truly appreciate its beauty. So the next time you find yourself hesitating to take a risk or pursue your dreams, remember the words of Musashi and embrace the inevitability of death. Use it as a motivator to live your life to the fullest and never let fear hold you back. Life is short, but it can be incredibly fulfilling if we're willing to take risks and seize every opportunity that comes our way. As Musashi once said, "Do not regret what you have done. If it was wrong, it was destiny. If it was right, it was destiny too." So go forth and live your life with passion and purpose, knowing that every moment is a gift to be cherished. 2. Train intensively. Miyamoto Musashi's mastery of swordsmanship and philosophy was not achieved overnight. He trained intensively for years, perfecting his skills and honing his craft. But what does it mean to train intensively, and how can we apply this principle to our own lives? Training intensively means dedicating yourself wholeheartedly to your craft. It means putting in the time, effort, and energy required to achieve your goals, no matter how difficult they may seem at first. It means pushing yourself beyond your limits and never settling for mediocrity. But training intensively is not just about hard work. It's also about passion and dedication. When you truly love what you do, training intensively becomes a joy rather than a chore. It becomes a way to express your creativity, pursue your dreams, and achieve your full potential. To train intensively, you must first find your passion. Discover what truly inspires you and makes you come alive. Once you've found your passion, dedicate yourself to it fully, putting in the time and effort required to achieve your goal. You may need to make sacrifices along the way, but the rewards will be worth it in the end. Training intensively also means being willing to learn and grow. You must be open to feedback, willing to make mistakes, and always striving to improve. You must be willing to step outside your comfort zone, take risks, and embrace failure as a necessary step on the path to success. In Miyamoto Musashi's words, the true science of martial arts means practicing them in such a way that they will be useful at any time, and to teach them in such a way that they will be useful in all things. This principle applies not just to martial arts, but to any pursuit in life. By training intensively and dedicating ourselves fully to our craft, we can achieve greatness and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. So if you want to be in flow with your life, start by finding your passion and dedicating yourself fully to it. Train intensively, embrace failure, and always strive to improve. And remember, as Musashi said, there is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is within. Everything exists. Seek nothing outside of yourself. Training intensively is not just about putting in the hours, but also about the mindset you bring to the table. You must be willing to push yourself beyond your limits and embrace the challenges that come your way. You must be willing to learn from your mistakes and use them as opportunities for growth. When you train intensively, you develop a deep understanding of your craft. You learn the nuances and intricacies that come with dedicated practice and discipline. You develop a sense of mastery that can only come from putting in the time and effort required to achieve your goals. But perhaps most importantly, when you train intensively, you develop a sense of purpose and fulfillment. You discover what truly matters to you and what you want to achieve in life. You find joy in the process of pursuing your dreams and expressing your creativity. And you become a better version of yourself in the process. So if you want to be in flow with your life, start by finding your passion and dedicating yourself fully to it. Train intensively, embrace failure, and always strive to improve. And remember, as Miyamoto Musashi said, the way of the warrior is the resolute acceptance of death. In other words, we must accept the inevitability of failure and death and use them as motivators to live our lives to the fullest. 3. Cultivate your intuition. Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai, believed that intuition was more important than knowledge. He believed that by trusting our gut and listening to our inner voice, we could find true fulfillment in life. But in today's world, we're often encouraged to ignore our intuition and rely solely on logic and reason. We're told to analyze every situation, weigh the pros and cons, and make decisions based on data and evidence. But this approach is flawed, according to Musashi. So how can we cultivate our intuition and learn to trust our inner voice? First, we must learn to quiet the noise of the outside world and listen to our own thoughts and feelings. This means taking time for introspection and reflection and learning to tune out the distractions of daily life. By doing so, we can become more attuned to our inner voice and develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. We can also cultivate our intuition by paying attention to our physical sensations. Our bodies often give us signals that we're on the right track or that something isn't quite right. For example, we might feel a sense of excitement or energy when we're moving in the right direction, or we might feel a sense of unease or discomfort when we're off course. By paying attention to these physical sensations, we can learn to trust our instincts and make better decisions. Miyamoto Musashi also believed that intuition could be developed through experience. By exposing ourselves to new situations and challenges, we can learn to trust our instincts and make better decisions. This means stepping outside our comfort zone, taking risks, and embracing failure as a necessary step on the path to success. But learning to trust our intuition is not always easy. It requires us to let go of our attachment to outcomes and expectations and embrace uncertainty and change. It requires us to be open to feedback, willing to make mistakes, and always striving to improve. And it requires us to be willing to take risks and embrace failure as a necessary part of the journey. In order to be in flow with our lives, we must learn to trust our intuition and listen to our inner voice. We must learn to quiet the noise of the outside world and pay attention to our physical sensations and feelings. And we must be willing to take risks and embrace failure as a necessary part of the journey. By doing so, we can live a more fulfilling life and make a positive impact on the world around us. As Miyamoto Musashi once said, "Do nothing which is of no use." By cultivating our intuition and learning to trust our inner voice, we can live a more fulfilling life and make a positive impact on the world around us. So go forth and trust your intuition, knowing that it will guide you on the path to true fulfillment and happiness. 4. Accept the way of nature. Miyamoto Musashi believed that everything in life is interconnected and that we must accept the natural flow of things. When we resist the natural order of things, we create unnecessary suffering for ourselves. Instead, we must learn to go with the flow and accept whatever life throws our way. When we do, we're more likely to find peace and contentment in our lives. The concept of accepting the natural flow of things can be difficult to grasp, especially in a world where we're encouraged to constantly strive for more and resist change. But when we learn to let go and trust in the universe, we open ourselves up to a world of possibility. When we resist the natural flow of things, we create tension and resistance in our lives. We become attached to certain outcomes and expectations, and when things don't go as we planned, we feel disappointed and frustrated. But when we learn to let go and surrender to the flow of life, we allow things to unfold naturally and without resistance. This doesn't mean that we should give up on our goals and dreams. Instead, it means that we should trust that everything is happening for a reason and that we'll end up exactly where we're meant to be. When we let go of our attachment to outcomes and embrace the present moment, we're able to enjoy the journey and find joy in the process. So how can we learn to accept the natural flow of things? First, we must learn to let go of our attachment to outcomes and expectations. We must trust that everything is happening for a reason and that we'll end up exactly where we're meant to be. We must also learn to embrace uncertainty and change, knowing that they're necessary parts of the journey. We can also cultivate mindfulness and presence in our daily lives. By staying present in the moment and paying attention to our thoughts and feelings, we can become more aware of the natural flow of things. We can learn to recognize when we're resisting the natural order of things and take steps to let go and surrender. In Miyamoto Musashi's words, "Do not think dishonestly. The way is in training. Become acquainted with every art. Know the ways of all professions. Distinguish the false from the true. Learn to see everything accurately." When we learn to accept the natural flow of things, we become more attuned to the world around us and more connected to our true self. So if you want to be in flow with your life, start by letting go of your attachment to outcomes and expectation. Embrace uncertainty and change, and cultivate mindfulness and presence in your daily life. Trust that everything is happening for a reason and that you'll end up exactly where you're meant to be. When you do, you'll find peace and contentment in the present moment, and the journey will become just as important as the destination. Remember, life is a journey, not a destination. Embrace the natural flow of things and enjoy the ride. 5. Embrace simplicity. Miyamoto Musashi believed that simplicity was the key to a peaceful mind and a fulfilling life. He lived a life free from material possessions and distractions, finding joy in the simple things. In today's world, we're often bombarded by messages that tell us we need more things to be happy. But as Musashi reminds us, true happiness and fulfillment come from within. So how can we learn to embrace simplicity in our own lives? First, we must let go of our attachment to material possessions and external success. We must recognize that these things are not the key to happiness and fulfillment. Instead, we must focus on what truly matters in life: our relationships, our passions, and our inner self. One way to embrace simplicity is to spend time in nature. Nature has a way of reminding us of what's truly important in life. When we're surrounded by the beauty of the natural world, we're able to let go of our worries and find peace in the present moment. We can also cultivate mindfulness by paying attention to our thoughts and feelings and learning to quiet the distractions of daily life. Another way to embrace simplicity is to declutter our physical and mental spaces. We can start by getting rid of things that we don't need or that don't bring us joy. This means letting go of old possessions, clearing out our digital clutter, and simplifying our schedule. When we simplify our lives in this way, we create more space for the things that truly matter. But simplicity isn't just about what we remove from our lives. It's also about what we choose to focus on. We can embrace simplicity by spending time with loved ones, pursuing our passions, and finding joy in the simple things. We can also cultivate gratitude by focusing on what we have rather than what we lack. When we learn to embrace simplicity, we're able to see the beauty in the world around us. We're able to appreciate the small moments that make life so special. And we're able to live in a state of flow where everything just falls into place and we feel truly alive. So if you want to be in flow with your life, start by embracing simplicity. Let go of your attachment to material possessions and external success and focus on what truly matters. Spend time in nature, cultivate mindfulness, and simplify your physical and mental spaces. When you do, you'll find joy in the simple things and appreciate the beauty of life in a whole new way. Remember, as Miyamoto Musashi said, perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye. When we learn to embrace simplicity, we're able to see the world with new eyes. We're able to appreciate the things that truly matter in life and find fulfillment in the present moment. So go forth and simplify your life, knowing that true happiness and fulfillment come from within. And there you have it, 5 key principles from Miyamoto Musashi's teachings that can help us be in flow with our lives. Remember, it's never too late to start living the life you truly want. Take risks, train intensively, cultivate your intuition, accept the way of nature, and embrace simplicity. When you do, you'll be well on your way to living a more fulfilling life. Thank you for watching.